One thing many parents don't accept about the difficulty of parenting a teenager is the fact that you're having to change too. It's not only your child who is becoming this adult and goes through this transitional phase that we call a teenager. You need to change, and you are changing as that happens. And you're not just changing like on how you do things, you're changing who you are. One of the core things about being a teenager is the creation of an identity, and that's why being a teenager is so difficult, because we don't know what that is. But we get to a certain stage in life, normally in our mid-20s, maybe late 20s, where we accept this is who I am. And then it begins to change, and you went through that when you became a parent. So that's a real identity change, and you might have found that really difficult. But parenting a baby and parenting a kid is everything that anybody ever talks about parenting. We understand the whole idea of disciplines and routines. That's not always the easiest thing to do, but we understand it. And there's countless books on it and all of these different things, and people will give you advice. But when they become a teenager and they actually become a young adult and they start making their own decisions and wanting their own identity and to do their own thing, you have to change. And being the parent of a teenager is actually an identity shift again, because now you've got this young, like, mini adult in your world who answers back and does things that you would never have done and makes potentially dangerous decisions. This is why parenting a teenager is so difficult, because not only are we watching our babies change into adults, while that's happening, we're changing. And so many parents never give themselves the space and the time and the energy to be able to change properly. What I mean by that is, I meet parents and families all the time in this very room who bring their teenagers for therapy, but never actually think that the chair will fit them, because they're so busy focused on what's going on for their teenager, they never give themselves the same space. And if I could just give you one huge parenting tip at the moment, is to look after yourself. That doesn't mean abandon your children and just go, well, I'm looking after myself, you make your own dinner. It doesn't quite mean that. More what it means is make sure you're okay. Because if you're not okay, they can't be okay. And sometimes that means that you have to look to you first and accept that changing, even as an adult, isn't easy.